Hello
Hello.
and welcome to Delight in Fright. I'm Kat and our lovely Luna is to my side. And then we have a very special guest today, Alan Ostrander, our first special effects. He is the president, creative director, master designer, and artist of AOE Studios. So we're excited to talk with Alan and hear about all the amazing things he's been doing since 1996. Actually, 86 is when he started performing theater at 8 years old. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you, ladies.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. We have some sneaky ninjas already watching the show. It's very appreciated that you guys are here with us and to discuss a little bit about special effects. I have some beautiful work that AOE has done in the past right behind me. Ta-da! So, can you talk about one of your favorite pieces, FX pieces that you've done recently?
Well, this past year, it seems like it was Year of the Reptiles. We just came off a feature film called Crocodilus Mating Season. Uh, Sorry, I seem to be sinking here. There we go. Uh, which
It's those
was
crocodiles.
a
They're,
fun
they're after
parody
you.
80s. um, yeah, fun parody 80s movie that we just found out got best costume design in Saudi Arabia, I believe. That we made all the costumes for that. And we actually just did another little fish movie with another fish man costume. So that's pretty much been this year. Uh, a full black creature from the Black Lagoon suit for one of our cosplayers for Spooky Empire and Dragon Con. Is Our company's slogan is everything from demons to divas, and that's pretty much what we do. It's something different every day, from horror all the way up to happy little kids theater.
That's quite fantastic. I'm very interested in this piece that's like right here. He looks like a little demon thing. He's got the eyebrows. I don't know. He's like right here.
The top
What is
gray
this
one,
piece? Yes, this piece right here.
that came from a trendy artsy Halloween, actually over in Hong Kong. I was invited over to Hong Kong in 2001 to help develop
Oh no, the lizard people got him. No.
develop the holiday.
Yay.
So we got to do all types of different crazy characters, and that guy was a tongue ripper from part of Chinese mythology. When you died, if you had been a blasphemer or said bad things, he would cut your tongue out. And that photo, for the effects, he's wearing a full foam latex piece on the front of his face and a cowl overhead and horns. He was one of our more fun characters to do over there.
Nice. It looks very intricate, especially around the eyes and the eyebrows and the like this area, the cheeks. How long does something like this take?
It kind of depends on where it's going to be seen. Like that picture was even more detailed, very detailed, for our media, and that took about 3 hours to get him into that. And then most of the characters, we would also have an in park version for the nightly show that went on a little bit easier, may not have been quite as detailed, because we would only have about an hour to get them into it for the show each night. Because we were set up there in a theme park, Ocean Park, very similar to Universal's Halloween Horror Nights, but it was the first of its kind in East Asia.
That's awesome. I love his intense or her intense eyebrows. It's very treasure hunter, like alien theorist to me.
Right. But not
Speaking of
so
alien.
scary that the guests are too afraid to be entertained. So some of the things we do a little bit more caricaturish, like that with the brows, a little larger than life and cartoonish, so that the guests can have fun with them when they're interacting in the park.
That sounds really, really fun. I was a big fan of that one. I also see on your website that you've done like Beetlejuice, Shrek, a lot the guy from Game of Thrones, Ice Night
Oh, yeah, the White
King.
Walker. Well,
Yeah, that's so much fun. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of, like, let's say, hey, I want to commission you to make a mask for me. What that would entail to how much of a heads up do we have to give you to order like a custom piece? Do we have to let you know a
sure.
year in advance, or how does that work?
Well, we do all types of custom work here at AEO. We've had this company here for almost 30 years.
Yeah, he started the company in 1996, the year I graduated. So it's been some
Uh,
time.
and every project is different. They all just start with a dialogue. If it's a custom mask uh, that someone needs for a character, it's generally about a 2 to 3 month process. We also make a lot of
They've done for Universal Studios 2000
only be
Grinchmas.
sold to them. Uh, so it just depends on what it is. But we just did a penis fly trap recently for a cosplayer for MegaCon. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It was a
Yay!
full automated fly trap, but out of the crotch that talked.
That
Nice.
talked.
Crotch rocket.
Of
It's not a
course.
talk.
Nothing is too strange for us. Um, we do a lot of live theater as well. I always get called when they need to make the blood fly or the vomit fly. Like we recently did a production of Stephen King's Misery, and that was a lot of fun because we had to make several sets of legs for our patient and fake sledgehammers so she could actually hobble him on stage and break his legs. Uh, Something different every day. Uh, Yesterday, we just had a female version of Baphomet go out. That is a
Ooh,
mask. It
that's
kind of looks like
awesome.
Baphomet met Gozer from Ghostbusters with some big old disco hair and an evil satanic Baphomet face.
Awesome. I can
Interesting.
picture it. I can see it.
So
And
what's
it'll
the
be posted tomorrow on Facebook.
Ooh, we're so excited for that. We cannot wait to see all that fun stuff. What was it like? What was the main difference that you could tell from the Chinese horror market to American market? Like, was it different interests? Were they more into sci-fi, or how did that kind of look and play out for the studio?
Uh, it was a very interesting learning curve for me to figure out what did make them afraid, what does make them afraid. Um, and what we found was The easy startles are fine. Those are universal. Yeah, if you come up behind and just startle someone, they're going to get a reaction. Those are easy. But the theming, we had to meld the Eastern and Western mythologies, because I found if we put things out like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, we just saw Freddy recently, didn't we, Luna?
Yeah.
Looked at him and went, okay, guy in ugly sweater with bad manicure. Not scary, because they didn't have the frame of reference. And likewise, reverse, many of the icons from their mythology to us as Westerners did not look scary at all. One of the most successful haunted attractions we had there over the 13 years that I was directing the show was a paper doll house. And to us as Westerners going through, there was really nothing scary. They're paper dolls with red circles on their cheeks, but they're very iconic. When anyone dies, all the paper products are burned in effigy and they go to the paper world. So it's a version of hell that it represents. And it was so scary to them. We had many guests that would not even go into the attraction, just seeing the facade.
I'm sure those paper dolls gave him paper cuts. Yikes.
To the function and logistics of the park, that same house, when we were finished with the season, we were tearing it all down and throwing everything away. And we were suddenly stopped by all the management of the park. We had to pull everything out of the dumpsters, anything related to that house, and put it in a courtyard.
I wonder what that courtyard looked like.
Right. That's intense.
So the biggest key was tapping into their mythologies, their known fears already, and bringing those to life. And that was the biggest scare,
Ooh.
or way to get scares.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
really got to know the culture, right? And do your research in history. History always plays a role in everything we do, right?
Yeah, it does. It does appear that, like El Chupacabra is very big in Mexico, right? But if you
Yes,
bring El
yes.
Chupacabra to, like, I don't know, like China, the China market, they'll be like, oh, cool, a wolf dog thing. No big deal.
Yes, okay, I'll get a knife, and who gets the skillet? Yeah, yeah, very much your frame of reference. It has to relate to the audience, and that's with any horror. You have to get into the mind of the audience. I was very fortunate. I started my haunting career with the original Terror on Church Street here in Orlando, which was a permanent haunted attraction running year round. At the time, in the 90s, it was the largest permanent attraction. Um, and it was a wonderful thing. I had new guests every night to play with, and I was able to try all different things and really find out the psychology of what makes people scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like something interesting to see different societies, different philosophies be very fearful of different things.
And that was an
Different.
8-year run. The play ran
That
for 8
I can't.
years.
I can't believe that ran 8 years.
Oh,
That just
there we
seems
are.
so long. That just seemed like such a long time. 8 years to have to run that year round. It's like a every day. Was it every day or just
It
weekends?
was. We were open every day except Christmas Eve, and we had a cast of about 24 actors nightly. I was the head makeup character designer, and I also portrayed one of our icon mascots, Roach. There was a disgusting little old monk eating cockroaches and things.
I might have ran into him at a convention.
Oh
You
no, I
may
can't do the
have. He's still,
cockroaches. No.
I
yeah, and
saw
he's,
him with the fellow with Tofu. He was hanging out with Tofu.
Yeah, no, I can't do the cockroaches. Anything else but the
Yeah. See, if you build a cockroach maze, Cat would just not be there. She would be nope, I'm done.
I'm out.
Cockroaches are her
You will see
nemesis.
me just poof,
oh, we'll have to
drop
remember
a
that
smoke
and pass
pellet
the
and
word
just
to him.
gone.
So
And he was
me
always very generous in offering them as well. So,
and no, none to
but you
Cat.
know,
She'll
with
pass.
but you know, Cat with haunting and theater, and you know, nothing, none of it is real. It's all fake and all perceptions, and you know, kind of like anything you see that may not necessarily be real.
He's
And
peeling off his skin.
well, it happens. Kind of like this old scar.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, he lost his
No.
face.
Oh no.
They really got him.
They really got you. Oh
Different,
no,
there we
Alan.
go. Makeup products that we use to create the different effects. This one specifically, there we go, is a product called Rigid Collodion that
Oh,
makes
that
Collodion.
looks like
nice
fun.
indented scars on people.
Nice.
Ooh.
So that's the fun in this. You never know what you're looking at, whether it's real or fake or
I
it's like
like that.
earlier running around with we had some technical difficulties getting ready for the show, and I had a little bit of an accident kind of running into the table earlier.
Oh no.
That
Ah.
no, of course not. Again, all
That's
fun things that
why.
we can play with. This is just a nice
Put it
silly
in the
dash
hole.
of.
I think my favorite part would be like pulling it off. Does it hurt when you pull it off?
Well, it depends. Uh, this particular appliance prosthetic is made with a product called watermelon, which is a polyvinyl, which does just peel right off.
Oh.
But most of the time, when we use heavy prosthetics and foam latex prosthetics, big asterisk for any of the kiddos listening out there, anytime you have anything glued to your face, do not pull it off like I just did here. Make sure and use the proper remover to emulsify it off, because we do use very strong adhesives, medical grade adhesives that are designed to stay on for a couple days, and you don't want it taking your skin with you.
Like that kid in A Christmas Story with his tongue stuck to the pole. They didn't want to just
Exactly.
rip him off there. That'd be bad.
Oh
Right.
wow. And yeah, you
Uh,
have to learn these things, especially if you're in the trade, because a lot of things can go wrong with skin. Skin's so sensitive.
very much so, and there are ways to do that. There's a lot of great information out here on YouTube. There's also a lot of very bad information out here on YouTube. Rule of thumb there: if you find something you like, try to find about 3 versions and use your common sense. If you really want to get into makeup and effects, there are large established schools. I used to work at a couple of them. They do tend to be very expensive. Then other ways are things like in Orlando here at AEO, we do workshops almost every weekend, and they're mostly 1 day workshops on one area, like wounds and trauma or character makeup. And then we tend to adopt our interns, and yeah, anything we can do to pay it forward and keep the craft alive.
Yes. Alan, so let's say me and Kat wanted to go to AEO Studios and sign up for a class that you're going to have on blood application or, wound
Mm-hmm.
application. How much do these classes run? I'm very curious.
Yes. We
Yes.
need to schedule some.
We need to schedule something with you, Alan. So how much do your
So
classes yes, I was going to say, how much do your classes normally run for, like, let's say a wound application workshop?
sure. Most run about 150 to 200 for a 1 day workshop. And that includes all the
All the supplies, right?
Nice. We got to find out if that's per person or like is it a bundle?
It's a bun.
access to whatever brain cells I have left. I give all our students my cell phone. It's 24 hours. And as I tell them, if anything happens, you call me. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's someone's face or your own face.
Yeah. Yeah, face is very, very sensitive, so
Sounds
you
like
have
some
to
good
be
support.
some good
That's very
support.
important, right?
That's very important, Alan, to have
Re-
support for people that pay into the classes. So, in case something were to happen and they would have immediate access, you could say, "Hey, apply this to this," so it removes and it doesn't, cause the
Mhm.
incident. So that's great. I'm glad to
And they
hear
have
that.
a liquid vinyl makeup, Luna, that I was looking at. And it's like really dark. I think it'd be great for some makeup applications.
Liquid
You
vinyl.
guys, the
What
phone.
do you,
Now you're
what
back.
Yeah. What about liquid vinyl? Is that kind of, do you do classes on liquid vinyl also?
I'm not sure what you mean. Liquid latex.
Yes, liquid vinyl makeup. I was looking at your website and it was like a black, like
Oh,
really,
oh,
really
oh, oh.
black. It
Gotcha.
just looked beautiful.
It does, and to be honest, I'm not sure if it's even made anymore. It was a little product from Mayron. It was basically just to use as like an eyeliner, but it was a very very heavy, a beautiful rich black in a different formulation. Um,
Yeah.
but because we carry AEO here in Orlando, we have several different parts. We are distributors for all the theatrical makeup companies like Mayron and Graftobian. We have our production studio where we fabricate everything and do our workshops. But in addition to that, I also work directly for Mayron to help head up their educational theater department. So I get to travel around and uh, teach the high school thespian theater students how to kill each other safely on stage, and again, passing the craft forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we don't
very
want
important.
any zombie biting accidents. We don't want that. We might actually
No,
create zombies.
well, and that's
True.
the biggest thing that uh, I try to teach in any of my workshops and classes is the
So his studio also does props and set pieces as well, guys.
things every day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you do also set pieces and classes for sets.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
we sure do. All types of set design, foam carving. You've probably seen like some of the big tombstones at the trade shows. Most all
Yeah.
of that is carved out of EPS foam. Uh, as you mentioned at the beginning, I've been a theater brat my whole life. Started performing professionally when I was 10, and I've done a little bit of everything over the years. But
Nice.
horror
Nice.
and
It
makeup
sounds so
effects is
exciting.
my favorite.
Yeah, sounds so exciting. So, if you guys are interested to support Alan and support his work or take any of his classes if you're in the Orlando area, if you go to special effects, and then if you go to the what section, after going to the what section of his profile, after going to that section,
Stop
and
on
you
by. We're here every day except Mondays.
Yeah. And if you go to the what section of the AOEstudios.com, you go to classes. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see the schedule. For example, they just had a prosthetic application class this
Hmm.
past Sunday and a Roning foam latex class on Sunday, December 17th, also. So it looks like a lot
Sweet.
of really fun classes going on. You guys should check it out and kind of just have some fun with it. It's like a nice little hobby you can do on the weekend. Just, whenever you see
The-
a nice class you want to partake in. Maybe for my birthday, me and Kat can go and treat ourselves to a
Yes.
class. It'd
As
be
you can see,
great.
yeah.
I'm a Savini fan. As I have my Savini mask here that he kindly autographed for me.
That is a so
Well,
Tom Savini
let's
made
see.
that mask, right?
Yes, it's his design.
Ooh, that's
Here,
a
I'm
great
so
mask.
sorry, Kat. You cut out on my end. What have you got?
I have a mask designed by Tom Savini, and I would always
Ooh.
have loved to go to his school, but it's just not in my cards with a full time job. But he autographed this one as well.
Oh, how fun.
I love
Tom is
it
a
to death.
great guy and very much a pioneer of special effects makeup. I grew up with his books and watching his the gags in his film over and over to figure out how it was done.
Yeah. So going a little bit about your history, Alan, where did you learn how to do all this stuff? Like where did you get the
And his studio is open 12 to 7, but they also do special
So
hours
sorry,
by
I'm not sure if
request
I'm
as
there
well,
or not.
guys.
It keeps going in and out. Uh, I was very fortunate with the makeup and effects to meet a professional effects artist when I was about 18. I was managing a magic and entertainment store here in Orlando, makeup store, uh, because that's how I got started in everything was with magic and clowning before makeup. And I was Mr. Rick Gonzalez that has done effects for many, many years for tons of films. And he basically let me sweep the floor for a couple years. And I learned everything that I could, got me on my first couple films. And I'm incredibly thankful to him for that. And that's what I try to do with our interns here because it's difficult to get started in the industry. It's a catch 22 if you have to have the resume to get more work, but you can't get the work without the resume.
that is
It's
that
just
is a
that
very
vicious
unfortunate.
cycle. And then the
Mhm.
supplies are extremely expensive as well.
They are.
So if it's something that you already have commissioned, if they can just even watch or help out,
Mhm.
that's a win-win situation, right?
Very much so. Anything to get started and get your foot in the door. If someone is looking at getting into makeup and special effects, I would definitely recommend anyone that they can align themselves with to learn from. Community theaters do a lot of seasonal haunts. They love to have people come in and volunteer for makeup and just practice, practice, practice.
And I
Yeah.
saw they also worked on Lanuba with Cirque du Soleil, and they do the Pirates Dinner Adventure. I've always wanted to do that, Luna.
The
You guys
Pirates
do
Dinner Adventure?
yeah. I've always wanted to do
Oh,
that.
pirates. Yes, I helped out at Pirates for a couple years, many years ago, and we fiberglassed and fixed up the whole ship in the on the main stage area there.
Ooh. That sounds so freaking epic. Well, I will definitely think of you when we go to Pirates Dinner Adventure, and I'll think of
And
all
you
the.
have a pirate dog, Luna.
I do. Arg. I have a pirate dog. She's a pug with a missing eye. So,
Oh, we love
yeah.
pugs. I knew there was a reason you and I connected.
Yes, tofu definitely took my heart and ran with it. So we're definitely very excited about the puppers on this channel. We're very
Yeah.
excited about the dogs and all of that fun stuff. Dogs are just such honorable little creatures, and they're very cute. Have you done any? Now, like, here's a fun question for you, Alan. Have you
Hmm.
done any commissions for any furries, speaking of animals, like any fursuits or like oh no, the furries got him.
Yeah. I'm all about the werewolves.
The
So,
werewolves.
so
The
yeah. I'd
werewolves.
love
Not
something. Look at that.
identified themselves as being a furry or into that.
Oh.
So yes
No
and
judging,
no.
right? You don't judge.
I mean,
one of
you
our
know, a
one
werewolf
of
could
our
be a furry.
Halloween
Yeah.
well one of our Halloween clients this year. Last year he was a three-headed zombie that we made this whole nasty rig for.
Ooh.
It came out beautiful. All the heads turned, and they were all very bloody, disgusting. And this past
What?
year, we made his costume. He was a Care Bear. Happy,
Oh, I love
normal,
Care
no
Bears.
blood, no nothing, with the full big mascot head.
Oh.
So
Which Care Bear was he? Did he create his
Funshine.
own Care
the
Bear?
pink one, whatever pink is.
I don't
Funshine, maybe.
remember. I was all about Grumpy. I was all about him.
Oh
We had
God.
a gentleman a few years ago that we made a big golf ball head for. Uh,
Ooh.
that, that nothing is too strange or out there for us. Uh,
Mm.
we made
Now,
cow udders that actually functioned on stage for a comedy
whoa,
troupe. Uh,
otters.
I'm sure they're fans of Trauma Studios, Luna. I gotta get you watching some of their films.
Functional otters, huh? It's utterly disgusting. Had to
But a
add that pun. Had to add that little pun in there. But that's so awesome. We're so excited that you can, join us and discuss all this beautiful stuff and work that
Same
you've
here.
done. And now price range, because we are all excited to know a piece. Let's just say on average, like a full mask. What is the range? Like 400 to 3 grand, or what can some people expect?
Well, they should be. Unfortunately, I'm a much better artist than a businessman. Uh, so our prices are actually some of the lowest in the industry. Uh, like
Ah.
this little guy, this is a foam latex full overhead mask that we make a lot of these for the haunted attractions. That he's actually on a spandex base, and they can be used over and over again for the season.
Nice. It looks very light and thin,
It really
so they
is,
won't
so
die
that
in
it
it from the
moves
heat of Florida.
exactly. Because everything we make, I know what it feels like. I've worn it myself, and so one of our first things is always functionality, making sure that they're not going to die in it for real.
Yeah.
And like these little guys are only 125.
Oh
Um,
wow. So
and we
What?
affordable.
customize the colors, the finish. Um, we do these are called our fast faces masks because they are so thin and they do move with you. It's almost like having a glue down prosthetic on. Um, but these go up to a full over the head mask that's very detailed. At most, are about $500 or $600. Um,
Wow.
I
It's
think
not bad.
we do make silicone masks as well. However, and those do tend to be more. Uh, more like about 800 or 900. But the problem with silicone masks, as the theme parks found out many years ago when they first came out, they look beautiful and they move very well, but you cannot perform in them. Uh, a large theme park here in Florida with a huge Halloween event many years ago, when the silicone masks hit the market, they bought a ton of them for their actors and couldn't use any of them. The actors could only be in them for about 10 minutes outside, and they were about to start passing out because the silicone masks don't breathe. So we actually came up with a version of silicone masks for haunters that actually have a mesh net backing, so the heat can get out and they can perform in them.
Nice. That's so awesome. Maybe I'll have to reach out to you in the future for some ideas that I have brewing in the works here at Delight and Fright.
Please do. We have
Stay
customers
tuned.
and
Are you
clients
able
all
to
around
do
the
that
world.
type of mask with like hair? Like, would that be something you'd be able to do as well?
Of course.
Nice.
Ooh. What are you
I'd
thinking? A
wanna be
mask
a
with hair?
werewolf.
You want a
I'm all
werewolf?
about werewolves. Yes.
You want a
I
werewolf
want to be
mask?
We
a hot lady werewolf.
styling and creating large theatrical wigs and things as well.
Ooh.
So we can do anything
A werewolf
on the
mask?
range. I'm so sorry.
A werewolf mask?
We do. Unfortunately, I don't have one right here at the ready.
But you can make it.
That
That's
is one of
great.
our stock pieces. And it's something, if we don't already have the mold, then we can talk with you about making a custom piece. And if it's something that we can use in our line of masks, then we don't even charge you as a custom piece, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like werewolves transcend very well. Werewolves are in a lot of movies. Werewolves are,
Classic.
classic.
They're just classic.
So if
And
like
Alan, would we be able to maybe send in a design and then
yes.
have that made and come to life?
Most definitely. I have customers and clients all over the world, and we communicate online. They'll send us the initial designs. I'll go through it with them, talking about the functionality, how it's going to be used. And from there, we go to start doing clay mock-ups. And I involve the customers through every bit of the process to make sure that we're getting exactly what they want. A lot of photos back and forth. Excuse me.
No, you're good. This winter sprouts that we get in Florida. It's like heat constantly, swampy heat, and then like, oh, it's a day of winter, if that.
Right. Which makes it real fun with a lot of our chemicals and running latex and things here. It is a little challenging down here and the heat.
Oh. So latex reacts to heat or cold or
Once it is finished, like our masks, they're fine. But the process of making them, like this is made with foam latex, which actually gets whipped up in a mixer and injected into the molds and then baked in an oven for about 8 hours in our studio. It is so humidity and temperature sensitive.
That's
I
like
would
a
presume.
cook at a pot roast, right? 8 hours. That's longer than a pot roast, don't you think?
Yeah.
Running the different pieces here.
Wow. Yeah, that must be intense. You have to like kind of babysit these things so they don't, underdo or whatever, or too much moisture and then it's ruined.
Very much so. And that's one of the reasons I live and work on a 24-hour schedule. Is many times I have to go by the weather and other conditions as to when I can actually make things.
Wow.
And
That's
Alan, the
insane.
price that you quoted for a class, is that like the total price or is that per person?
Oh, per person, we only do about 2 to 3 students at a time. So everything is
Okay.
very hands
Very
on,
personal.
very much so. You have to get your hands dirty. Uh, but in, but those are our regular classes that we do on the weekends all through the year except September, October. But I also do we do all types of workshops through special arrangements with school groups, theater groups, where I may have 15 or 20 kiddos in here, all getting bloody.
Ooh. All getting
Ooh.
blood. All the
Creepy kids
kids.
with blood. No. Creepy kids with blood. No. That doesn't sound fun, Alan. Creepy kids with blood? No.
Oh, actually, slight kind of segue. I did find my line of that I could not tolerate. I used to do a lot of work for the Discovery Channel for the medical shows, uh, Skeleton Stories, Dr. G, Medical Examiner, and those were a little weird because they would send us the actual crime scene photos, and I had to fabricate the bodies and things here so that they could shoot the episodes. And that was fine. We
Ouch.
did that for a couple years until the last one was a mass children's grave. And it was 5 kids.
It
I
broke
got
you,
it
I'm
Wow.
done.
sure.
We made the bodies, but when I shipped it, it was with a letter in there that was the last one. Uh, it just got a little too real. Uh, nope.
No, no, not
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, I
And
think
if you
I think
take your
so.
work seriously, like we know you do, you have to do your research and make sure that it's accurate. That's why some people that have been through some very serious shit, like Mr. Savini, are the best artists in this
I would
particular
raise
thing
some
because they've
serious
been there.
eyebrows.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand why that would be like a, because if you make like a little zombie makeup or like a little, like a little Cthulhu or something,
It's like
fantastical.
It's why I.
Oh,
Yeah, something that you know is fake, right?
fake.
That you know that isn't real.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't get
Ooh,
too close to reality.
Oh,
yeah,
you got a
no,
lady friend there.
nice lady friend. We like the lady friends.
Thank you.
But
Just
yeah,
part of an old
yeah.
friend.
Ooh, love it. All right, Miss Cat. We don't want to hold up Mr. Allen. I know he's very, 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 very busy with making masks and making stuff. Um, is there something that you want to ask, Cat, before we end the show?
Yes, Alan, you do decor as well. Like, could someone commission you guys to maybe design like a chair or something like
Of
the chick
course.
from Beetlejuice, she had her crazy
Mm-hmm.
house all decked out. Is that something you guys do as well?
Sure. I design large scale magic illusions. We do set pieces for theater. We even do decor installation. One of our clients, we decorate their mansion every year, which is about a 5 week job. decorating the
We
entire
got to get
outside of this
invited to that
mansion.
party, Luna. We need to know where the mansion is for this party, Luna.
Oh yeah. I
Right?
mean,
5 weeks?
5 weeks to do
Five
this
weeks
mansion.
to set up
Oh
a
no.
mansion.
Yeah,
How do
wow.
we get to this party, Alan?
Oh, I don't know. You might have to know somebody.
You're discreet with your customers, of course. We
Of
understand.
course.
Well, luckily you do know somebody, so you may have an
Ooh. Maybe we'll talk after part at the after party.
There you go.
So, um Brian wanted to know, where is AEO Studios located?
We are in Orlando, Florida, specifically East Orlando by UCF, and we are open every day except Mondays. If anyone is in the area, you're welcome to stop on by. We'll show you around, and we also have our retail store as well. We're one of only two theatrical supply stores in the Orlando area. We supply all the local theaters with their makeup and do a lot of work with the parks. So anytime if you're in the area, stop on by. If you're not, you can always find us online at aeostudios.com.
Nice. Thank you so much. We had a hello from Juan during the show, and Ezekiel Kincaid said, "Hey, ladies. Hey, Alan. Thank you so much, Ezekiel, for that
Hi.
lovely, lovely hello. We appreciate Ezekiel saying hello to us. And yeah, that's pretty much all of our guest questions. They were very interested to know where it was, and you guys can look it up online. I will share with them really quick the website, so that way they can check it out for themselves. So the website is going to be here. So you just go to aeostudios.com. If you just go to the homepage and then you go to you can find all the artists. And then once you can meet and read all about all of the individuals involved with the studio, as well as kind of look at the decor, look at the classes. Very, very interactive, actually. So you guys check it out. It was really easy to find. You just go on Google and type in AEO Studios, and then you'll see it. The address is also, I believe, in the where section. In the where section, the address is right there. So, and then that's the phone number also. So it's easy. Here are the hours where you can come visit. So it's gonna be a great time for you guys to come down. And oh, there's tofu. I
Oh.
love the little toe. Is that tofu? I think that is tofu, right?
No, that's actually his predecessor, Gal the
Oh.
Pug.
Oh.
Ah.
I believe that picture was actually in New Orleans. We took her to Madame Laveau's, making the
Ooh.
rounds in New Orleans in her spooky mobile.
That's freaking awesome. Maybe I can commission you also to make a spooky mobile for my pug.
Of course.
Well, thank you
Yeah, a
so much.
nice gag with her eye popping out would really freak
Yeah,
people out.
yeah. It'd be funny, but
Don't
cool.
tempt me.
Well, thank you so much, Alan and Brian.
Thank
If you're
you.
ever I know you're around in Florida, go down and go give Alan's studio a shot. Take a class, drop a little bit of
Please do.
money and get really involved in this. I would encourage all of you guys watching. I see some other sneaky ninjas that haven't commented, but I see you guys. I know you're there. So yeah, just go ahead and check him out. This was Delight and Fright. Next week we have a Christmas special. that is releasing. So you guys should check that out. That is releasing on Monday for in honor of the Christmas holiday. All
Why,
right.
thank you, ladies, so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
Yes, Ellen, stick around once we do the outro, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat after party, okay?
After
Sounds
party.
great.
Woo,
See you guys next week. Bye.
woo.
Bye bye.
Hello, boils and ghouls. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And I want to thank you for listening to Delight and Fright with your hosts, Luna and Kat, a podcast for outcasts.